Hey, I'm Lorna from Thread and Yarn and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be another capsule wardrobe video. I know you guys enjoyed the ones that I did in spring, and I thought, seeing as autumn is my favourite season and I think the favourite season of lots of other crafty minded people, that I would do a capsule wardrobe video of the transition from summer into autumn or fall. So I try to make sure that I can wear my clothes in warmer months as well as colder ones, and that with layering that they can be transformed from a summery dress into something for a chillier day. So I thought I'd show you some of the key pieces that I like to use to achieve this, and some favourite things I don't think I've shown you yet. Some things you will recognise, like this red Etta dress that I made for my birthday and posted a video of, that I'm quite keen to layer up for autumn. It's got beautiful autumny shades. Oh, man down. There goes the waistcoat. But yeah, I just wanted to talk you through some of the key pieces, and I also think it will help me get my head in gear for what I want to make for autumn and winter this year. So I love sewing for autumn. It's my favourite thing. I look forward to it all year round. But I think I have a tendency to get too excited and plan too much stuff that A, I probably don't have time to do, and B, maybe I didn't need in the first place. So I'm trying to make a bit more consciously and do a bit of a stock take of what I've already got, what pieces I have and what might work well with them, rather than creating lots of things that I can't really mix together. So I thought, before I do my autumn sewing planning, which I'm also going to do a video for, I would show you a bit what I've already got, and I thought it'd be helpful for me as well to stop any of that sort of bad, more consumptive, getting too overexcited behaviour that I think sometimes I have a tendency towards. I'm trying to curb that, but yeah, just about thinking about creating more consciously. So let's get started. So first up, I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing at the moment. Now, when I planned this video, it was already feeling like autumn here in the west of the UK. It was rainy and dreary, there was mist out on the hills, it felt very spooky, very autumnal. Now, the day that I come to film it, we're having some September heat wave and it's like 29 degrees outside, so I'm a little roasting in this black t-shirt, but this is going to be good when we actually transition to cooler weather. So this is, I'll show you full length as well, but I'll talk you through a bit now. This is a Nikko top, which I think is a really useful basic. You can make it in a sort of roll neck, longer sleeved. You can cap the sleeves entirely and have it as a roll neck dress. I shortened the collar and basically made it into a high neck t-shirt in this black rib, and I just find it a really useful thing to wear under stuff. It's probably my most worn autumn transitional make for that reason. I wear it under almost everything that I'm going to show you today. And at the moment I have it under this Lea Bias dress. So a lot of my garments are green, as you can probably see and have seen in my other videos, but I normally go for like a warm olivey yellowy toned green, but I wanted to do something a bit different. So I suppose in the grand scheme of things not hugely adventurous, but I went for this emerald green. It's a linen from Raystitch. They've got beautiful linens, really lovely. In fact, this one that I'm gonna talk about in my autumn makes plan video is one that they sent me. They gifted it to me, which is so nice, and I chose it. Anyway, that's for the other video, but they've got gorgeous linens. This emerald just goes really nicely with this Lea Bias dress, which is a pattern by Soften Studio. I'll show you a bit more of it, but it's cut on the bias, which means that the drape, sort of the grain is diagonal, so it pulls the drape down. Often you see it in 90s slip dresses and things, but it's become a big thing in the sewing community, and I love it in linen because it's comfy. It's not sort of overly formal like a silk bias dress, but it feels special, but you can dress it up or down. And I think that if I wear this with some chunky boots and this t-shirt and maybe a light jacket, it's going to be a perfect sort of transition for that in-betweeny weather. So that's it, and you can see that the way it drapes is nice. It's got a centre back seam, which I did take in a little bit, but not too much. There's a bust start, it's finished with binding. I've also made an even more summery version of it in this blue and light pink gingham check from Blackbird Fabrics, which is lovely. And I'm thinking about wearing it with a white t-shirt underneath, or maybe even with a chunky jumper over the top of it. I'll show you that as well. So here is the blue, more summery Lea Bias dress. It's a more sort of traditionally like summery coloured linen, but I think it still works laid over a white t-shirt, and I think it will also go with a little waistcoat. I'll talk through about this in a minute, but because it's unfinished. I think it looks cute laid up like this. I've now got 3 layers on, and I think for a sort of cool summery day, or you know, warmer autumn day, I think it could be a cool layering combo. And this is the Lea Bias dress with a cozy wool jumper on top. I think the colours go really nicely together, and I think it's a nice layer just to chuck on over the top an otherwise summery dress. So this is the sweater number 9 by Favourite Things Knitwear in Knitting for Olive yarn. The warm brown picks up on the light pink of the check. I'll show you a bit more full length. Yeah, I think it'll look cool with some brown boots. So here is my Merchant & Mills Etta dress with the Nikko top underneath. So I think, like I said, it's a really useful basic to have under other things. And I really like this dress layered. I think there's so much material in the skirt, it's so gathered, that I think it'll actually be quite warm, especially when I wear it with tights and boots and a jacket. And it's also a fully lined bodice. If you like this dress and want more details about it, I posted a whole video of the making of it, so I'll link that in this video so you can find it if you haven't seen it already. But it's, I think, a really nicely made dress, partly because I took my time and also because the pattern instructions are perfect. So I think it's going to be a good one. It's not an everyday dress, not in this print anyway, I don't think, but I think I'll be able to dress it up for little autumn events. And I think this kind of could have a Christmassy vibe as well. I have to think about other things I could put over or under it for that. So you can see how full the skirt is. I think that all the layers will make it quite warm. I'm desperate to wear this all year round. It's such a lovely dress. So here's another make I made this summer. It's in Q-Pro from Blackbird Fabrics, and it's a Chloe bias skirt, another pattern by Soften Studio. It's also cut on the bias, which means it has this lovely drape. Q-Pro is plant fibre and it feels fairly breathable. I've been wearing it with little camisoles and lightweight knits this summer, but I think again it's something that's going to look really nice with a jumper over it. I was going to show you what it looks like with a white t-shirt and then layer that up. So here it is with an Elbe Textiles Sage tee, which is quite a nice oversized tee that I like wearing with all sorts of things. And I've got it with my Chloe bias skirt here. The bias skirt's got this elasticated waistband and a drawstring, which I like, so it means it's just really comfortable. And I think it's quite wearable with just a little t-shirt or a little camisole or something like that. I'll show you a bit more full length. So you can see it's got a really nice drape. That's partly because it's cut on the bias and also because Q-Pro is a nice drapey fabric. It's also my favourite shade of green. Now, something that I think is going to go really well with it and make it more of an autumny piece is this Miller waistcoat that I've just started making. It's a pattern by Merchant & Mills. I've made one in black cord before, which is in one of my capsule wardrobe videos, but this is one I'm making for a special uni reunion. It's going to be with a matching linen trouser, pleated trouser, and I'm fully lining it, including little lined about pockets. I'm still in the middle of making it, and I'm also making a video on my making of this and the trouser suit. So look out for that. But I just thought I'd show you, even though it's not fully finished, what it'll look like just laid over pieces like this. Obviously I don't have the buttons yet, but you get the idea. There's ties at the back. So at my reunion, I'm planning to wear this on its own, but I think it looks nice over t-shirts. And I wear my black cord one over blouses all the time, so I'm sure I'll do the same with this. And I quite like this just as a little layer, sort of mid-season. It also has the vibes a little bit of like Bilbo Baggins' birthday party, which I like. So what do you think? I think they make a good layering piece waistcoats. I think that's why they're having a bit of a renaissance. So something else I quite like layering this t-shirt with is this vest #1 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. You can see it's starting to get a bit bobbly where I wear it a lot, but that's no problem. I love this kind of brown, really, really rich, warm brown. It's got a doubled over neckband, which I'm a big fan of. I wear this piece a lot. It's quite a cropped little waistcoat because I wanted it to be cropped, but it's brilliant for when you don't want a jumper, you don't want a coat, but just to keep you a little bit warmer. I am such a big fan of vests. I find that I'm including them in my wardrobe all the time at the moment, whether they're like quilted vests or waistcoats or knitted ones. I just think they're a great basic just to keep you a little bit warmer. And they're great for styling as well, because you can still see your nice t-shirt or your nice blouse that you've got underneath. So I think they're just a really lovely layering piece. The only issue with this is that I made the neckband a little bit too tight. So I won't show you what it's like me putting it on. Or maybe I will for fun. But I've got some new ear piercings, so it's even more hazardous than it used to be. I have to take my glasses off. So it's the sort of practical nonsense behind making your own clothes. Can I fit my massive forehead through? See my issue? Okay, not too painful this time. Fluff up my nose. Oh yeah, I just love this one. I can wear this with jeans or cords. And it also looks nice with my Otterline jacket over the top that I talked about in my first capsule wardrobe video. They're just slightly different browns. They're a good pairing. I think it could look cool with a necklace here as well, maybe something gold or silver. What do you think? I feel like my fellow autumn coloured lovers will like this one. So I've got some classic me colours coming up next. I just wanted to talk you through some of these pieces because some have had a while and some are new. And I always find myself drawn to these colours, and sometimes I think I should be more adventurous, but then other times I think, oh, it makes my capsule wardrobe really easy. I mean, they all go together really well. So first up, this is a Oslo sweater. So the pattern is by Petite Knit. I knitted it in quite sort of robust, I think it's called like sticky yarn, where it feels kind of scratchy, but I don't find it itchy. And it's in West Yorkshire Spinners Paint Box, pear green, I think. And what I like about this jumper is that the increases in the stitches are really well defined, and I think that's partly also the wool that I used. But I love a rollover neckband. I think it gives a really nice finish. I'm starting to do that in all of my knits, even if it's summer. It's pretty oversized and chunky, but I absolutely love this bright colour of green, and I'm looking forward to just putting it over dresses and skirts, and I'm thinking it'll go well under this or over this. This is a dungaree dress pattern that I made, oh, it must have been about 4 years ago. It was pre-lockdown, maybe 5 then. It's in a grey cord from Merchant & Mills, and I made it from the leftovers of some Dawn jeans, so it didn't take up very much. Whether it still fits is another thing since last winter, but I think this could look really cool underneath it. I think the colours go really well, or if it won't fit with a big chunky jumper on top, the chunky jumper can go on top, and I'll have a little cord mini skirt. I really like cord. I find it quite soft and wearable, and I enjoy having different textures with it, whether it's wool or cotton or linen. So yeah, I'll see if I can get these on this rather hot September day. One thing I would say about this is I'm absolutely in love with it, and I do love it. However, when I blocked it, I kind of lost the shape of the ribbing a bit. It hasn't flared out or anything, but it did sort of bring it in a bit more, and I quite liked that. So it was balloony on top, and then it came in a bit more around my waist, and I lost that bit with blocking. So I kind of wish I'd just done a spray block rather than a whole dunk, and kept that ribbing tight. If you have any tips for how to regain that, please let me know, because I quite liked that about the shape of it. It's still really lovely, but I wish I hadn't dunk blocked it. I also think this dungaree dress is going to go really nicely with this little knit I did. It's the Colette tee by Witre design. I made it last summer. Yeah, love it. Just a little t-shirt with a slightly more like boat neck style neckline. I made it for a meeting at work, which never ended up happening because I don't go into the office very much, and I thought it would look kind of smart for a knit. But yeah, I wear it a lot, especially with sort of pleated trousers, give it that kind of slightly more chic vibe. But I think paired with this dark grey, they go really nicely. So I'll try those on, and then I'll see what I can do about fitting the jumper with it as well. I got it on! I didn't show you the process of getting this one on. So it actually fits fine. It's a little bit tight maybe across the tummy. I might let out the side seams a little bit. I didn't overlock them because it was many moons ago when I didn't have an overlocker. So I think it'll be easy to let out the side seams. But I think it looks super cute over this little t-shirt. I thought I might have a bit of fun and dress this one up with some boots and a jacket, because why not? Why would you not want to do that in 29-degree heat in a south-facing room? Because I love autumn and it's all I can think about. So here's a bit more of it, and to dress it up I have some woolly socks, my Otterline jacket, and some chunky shoes. I like this little outfit. I think it's cute. I could even wear it with tights if it was a bit chilly for bare legs. But yeah, it's hard to fit everything in one frame or in one shot. So there you go. So here's the Colette tee. Bit of a close-up of the shoulder detail and the neckline. It's just a really wearable, nice t-shirt. I also think it would go well with this Lea Bias skirt. The colours just perfect together. So here is the Oslo jumper on. I just love this colour. I feel really drawn to this colour green. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I think I spent a lot of time when I was younger just, I don't know, not feeling very comfortable in my clothes. And I don't think it was until I started making them that I actually started to feel like I looked like me. And don't get me wrong, I think there's times where stuff doesn't work out, and there was definitely a period at the beginning where I just made what looked good on other people or what was a trending pattern. Now I feel like I'm finally starting to get a handle on what I actually like wearing and what colours, like I was going to say suit me. I feel like it can be kind of toxic in a way sometimes, thinking about things that suit you or are flattering, and I think some people find that sort of a challenging thing to sort of think about when deciding what they feel good in. However, I think that there are just some sort of colours that yeah, do suit my skin tone better than others. I cannot wear baby pink. I look quite poorly when I do. But green, warm colours, autumn tones, I've definitely realised suit me, and I feel much more comfortable in my clothes since that realisation. And I feel like just me, like I feel like it's my soul on the outside in the form of wool and linen and cotton and yeah, anything else. So, bit of a ramble, but here is my Oslo sweater. Love the rollover neckband, love the increases. I love that when I push up the sleeves there's quite a lot of volume. I just think it's kind of fun, but they also look good rolled down, I think. I managed to get it over the top of this dress, but I can't have it underneath it. I think it's just too bulky, plus it's way too hot today to have that squashed against me. So I'll just show you a bit more full length of the dress and jumper together. And that is the length of time that I can bear wearing a jumper today, so it's going to come off now. And then last up is this Hattie dress by Merchant & Mills. I've shown it to you before in one of my previous videos, but I just thought I'd show you again because it is what I think of when I think of my autumn wardrobe. I wear it all the time. It is all the colours I love, and it's perfect for dressing up or down. And this is my, like, if I had to choose one thing, it would probably be this, maybe my Otterline jacket. But yeah, it's in this cotton by Simply Fabrics Brixton. It's got some really cute details like the button on the back and the neck darts, which I just think make it an otherwise sort of ordinary dress very special. I narrowed the width of the skirt so that there are less gathers than in the pattern, but it has a bit more of a straighter silhouette as a result. It's got fun deep pockets, it's quite long. I've worn it with leggings and woolly tights, chunky boots, a chunky jumper over the top. I really like it with this green of the Oslo jumper, and I'll try it on for you now to show you a bit more of it full length, but I'm probably going to make some more of these because I just find them really wearable. It's my favourite. So I normally wear it over this black ribbed Nikko top, but seeing as I had this Colette tee on still, I thought I would see what it looked like, and I really like the combination of the cotton yarn with this cotton check. Adds a little bit more warmth, and I think it's definitely something I'll pair together in the autumn. Here's a bit more full length for you. So that's a bit of an overview of my autumn fall wardrobe and how I transitioned some of my favourite summer pieces into stuff for cooler weather. And I found that really helpful because actually while I was filming it, I figured out new combinations and thought about the things that I actually like to wear a lot. And I think I quite like little t-shirts and things underneath dresses, or vests that can go over blouses and just make a yeah, a warmer wear thing, just slightly more appropriate for autumn. I think little things that can make a difference to bigger pieces, so that you don't end up producing loads and loads of bigger pieces, and you can really treasure them. I think that's what's looking like it's key for me in my capsule wardrobe. So that was really helpful. I hope you found that interesting. I've got with me a selection of beautiful fabrics though, and I've had some of these for a while, and some of them are new, like this Raystitch one. This plain one actually is something I bought to make a little like cabinet curtain in my downstairs loo. I've got some left over. But anyway, I won't talk through my plans in this video. That's for my next one, my autumn sewing plans. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of what it will consist of. So I'll talk through some different patterns that I'm thinking about, and the fabrics, and how I'll pair them together, and how I can get them to fit into the capsule wardrobe that I'm creating, and the pieces that I already own that I've talked through today. So that's what's coming up next. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really always enjoy reading through them. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you've got planned for autumn coming up, and how you transition your warmer wear pieces into cooler weather. So that tiny bit closer to autumn, nearly there guys.